Right. Good morning. So I published a beta yesterday, and some users started testing it already. Got some feedback. Uh, Need to look into one potential bug. Let's see. And then we're gonna implement something called preview hosts. So we have this preview feature where you can create a preview in the browser. And you can kind of load the sandbox, any sandbox port, and then you can interact with the preview. Like there's a little script we inject that allows us to, that allows you from like the parent of the iframe to actually communicate with the preview itself. Um, so yeah, the thing is domain security. So we have an API that should be available. Let's see, maybe we can actually go and grab it. What was the script? npm run build open API staging. So I think we have some new stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so we should have like, what did we call it? Preview. What did we call it? Like preview preview host list. Oh yeah, it's on the workspace. Yeah, so it's called preview hosts. Trusted preview host for the current team. And it's at like the workspace level. Workspace team means the same for us. So like a user of the SDK has an API key in their workspace. And then all sandboxes created through that API key is in that workspace. And then the preview hosts are part of that. So we're going to implement this into the CLI so you can actually configure these preview hosts. And then we have to change our infra or like some infra-based code to make those hosts available in the preview script that's injected into the preview. But first, there is... okay, so first we're going to check something with terminals create and kill. I'm getting a... Someone states that it's not working. So let's see if we can figure that out. Oh, is it app? So this would be a terminal component. Let's do that instead. Yeah, and then it says, yeah, it gets a timeout message. Shell in timed out. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's fix the terminal component so that I'm not sure about my state today. I think I need some lo-fi chill actually. Let's see. We need you to be able to create a new. So this is like killing it, and then we need to do, I guess, create. How do we create it now? Oh, we're getting the terminal. Existing terminal. Yeah, or we do create. Oh, maybe we could. Let's see. Yeah, how are we gonna do this? Because now we're just grabbing the existing one, or we create one on the spot. But I need to. Okay, let's see if we can reproduce it. I'm gonna kill it. Let's see. Maybe already we're getting some issues. Oh. Oh. Existing terminal. Okay, sorry. That was actually correct. I guess we can do this. There we go. Okay, so we have that one. That's fine. And then we kill it. I think I might need some more information about this. No shell with ID. That's true. I wonder, they get a shell in timed out. Yeah, I think I need some more information. Oh, I think it's actually, yes. Let's see. We're going to check something. Because kill is disposers and oh yeah, it's when it unmounts. Anyways, sorry. So yeah, we don't need this. Sorry. I'm wondering, does it actually then catch? They seem that they say that it gets stuck on the thing. So I'm gonna kill it. Oh, interest. Oh, there's undefined. That's fine. So what I wonder is, what if I send something when I kill it? No, now it says no shell. Or what if I send send something and then kill it? So do like ls. I guess that doesn't matter either. I just have a feeling that there could be. Okay, I need some code there. Can you share some more code? How create and kill. It could also be because they're doing this on the server, I think. And you're doing this in the browser or on the server? Looking into the Git token now. Okay, so and then there's this other issue where we're cloning a repo, and how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? So we're cloning a repo, and then we kind of want to make a change, and then we want to push. Oh. I think we just need to, I think we need to create a script to test this. Git script ts. And we're just gonna run the thing. So we don't need express here. So what we want to do is cloning repo. So this would be CodeSandbox equals SDK sandbox dot create. Source is git, and then URL would be, well, we don't need to clone that whole thing. Let's see. Maybe we can just clone the thing I just created here. Copy that thing. Okay, we're gonna clone that thing. We're gonna, yeah, I guess we need to using function, function. Okay, so we're gonna get that sandbox, and then what we're gonna try to do is just make a change to a file, I guess. Await sandbox. Sorry. Session is await sandbox.connect. We'll connect it. Wait. Oh, sorry. What happened there? And then we're gonna do await session fs write text file readme.md. Hello there. And maybe we can even do like a console log of session.git. Hey, why isn't git here? Oh, didn't I actually expose it? Oh my god, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Oh my god, I didn't actually expose it. Sessions, WebSocket session. Git. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. New Git. What does it take? Oh, it just takes the picture client. I even put it in the changelog. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Oh well. That's me in a nutshell. Let's see. Where's the... There we are. Okay, so now we should be able to do console log await. Yeah, status. Let's have a look at that. So we need to run this script. We're gonna do npx vite node git script.ts. Interesting. Oh, there. Scripts. Okay, fine. Cloning repo. Wow, that's pretty slow. Wow. Oh, I didn't actually log anything more here. Connecting, writing file. That's a little bit weird. Let's try again. We're gonna actually put the sandbox ID there. Yeah, I wonder if we're having some infra issues, because yesterday I got some Like, it shouldn't take this much time connecting to it. And am I running? I think I'm running production here. That's interesting. We're gonna run it again just so we get the sandbox ID so we can open it and see what the hell is going on. Yeah, there's like, that should be like instant. So there's something weird going on. Why isn't it connecting? That's weird. Let's see. So sandbox equals sandbox resume. That's weird. So I tried connecting to it immediately after it was created. Oh, I think maybe I know why. Okay, so there's probably a bug there. So that would be on sandbox client, source, create git sandbox. And then we're disconnecting the session here. Okay, so I think, okay, this is interesting because this was a challenge in the API. It's like we need to connect to, yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, I think I know the problem. How should we do this? Because we need to create a session to actually go in and grab everything. But now we're doing that with the global session. And I don't think that, oh, this only happens with, no, I think we should do this regardless. Yeah, because this is why it doesn't work. It's because we're not creating a session for it. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do this instead. Oh yeah, and we don't, yeah, but anyways. And then git access token. Oh, we're not that, that's embarrassing. We're not actually passing it. Oh, I think I know what happened. There was a confusion. I think they passed the git access token. Are you doing anything? Okay, I think this is just a bug. Like, I think what happens is that they are passing the git access token when they create the sandbox, but then they don't pass it when they connect to it. So the push just hangs. So, but this is interesting because I'm not sure if we're doing the right thing here. by having this source, because we have to connect to the sandbox to actually be able to do this. And I wonder if it makes more sense to just connect, and then so you have a template. Well, no, I think yeah. Yeah, I think the problem here is that, no, we are cloning from an empty. You know what? I don't think these sources are a good idea. The reason is that for us to actually clone a repo, or even when we get the file source, we have to actually connect to it to make that happen. So I think it's better that you have this very simple create git sandbox where you always create something from a template, but then you can do then you can go in and clone it. Like you can just run clone on the thing, because that requires a session, and then you're just using that session. And the same would be for the files thing. I think. No, that one's oh fuck, that one's different. Because with the files we're gonna hash. That makes more sense for a create because we're gonna hash the thing. Yeah, this one's tricky. How are we gonna do this? The thing is that it would be ideal to kind of keep this session around. Or maybe that should just be two different ways of doing it. So we can still have like source, but if you want to use Git as a source, or we just have to use this, like you do this clone admin, which does the actual clone, but it's just that it's a little bit more. Okay, anyways, let's just do that for now while we think about it. Okay, so let's go back to our script now. So, Git script, let's remove that one. So now we should be able to connect, I believe. Yeah, cool. So that works. Well, it is actually quite fast. But yeah, I think that's actually the bug, because what they're not doing here is that if I were using a Git access token, you also have to pass it here. Yeah, okay. That's probably not clear. So I wonder, okay, so we're gonna actually try this. I'm gonna try to create my own access token. So let's just do this. There we go. I have to excuse me. Let's go to GitHub. Let me just create an access token. Where do I do that? Have you changed? Oh no, that was, sorry, I went to the wrong settings. Settings, developer settings, personal access token. Let's just do a classic token, generate new token, use authenticator app. Let's see. That's npm. There's GitHub. Token name, SDK testing, resource owner. Let's do CodeSandbox, 30 days. Public repositories, generate token. Okay. I'll copy that. And then I'm gonna shove it into this export. Yeah, GitHub token. Boop. Okay, like that. I think that's gonna work. Let me just remove what I had there, and then let's get back to the code. By the way, I just checked my video. I'm not sure what's happened here. Like, I've gotten smaller. There's something about the camera. I don't know. Yeah, it feels more. Okay, anyway, sorry. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna clone using a Git token. That's, oh, Git access token. Oh, sorry. And then we're gonna test that first, and then we're also gonna test actually committing and pushing it. So now let's go and create our own custom session ID. It just me. Permission is right. That's the default. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is await session.fs. Sorry, git. Oh, can I? Do we have stage? I think no, we're passing. I think you can just commit. Like, we try to abstract Git a little bit at CodeSandbox, because there's so much stuff to Git, and we kind of wanted to. Initially, we want to have an experience where we kind of basically abstracted away Git. But then we moved over to VS Code, and then, yeah, we're at the mercy of VS Code. Where's Git? There's Git. I can't remember how we did this. Do we really have? We didn't have. I think you can just commit. And then you rather choose what you want to commit. There's no like staging step or anything like that. It's just to simplify. Test commit. Okay. Console.log committing. And then we're going to try to push it. Console.log. Done. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, you know what we're going to do as well? We're going to try to do a checkout. Await session git checkout test branch. No, checking out. Okay, let's see. Failed to push changes to remote. Okay, let's just jump into it and see what happened there. Wait a minute, isn't this the thing? No. Oh yeah, sorry. That was the old one. Let's see what happened here. Oh, interesting. It added, okay. That's also interesting. Yeah, why did it add all those files? That's interesting. What were we doing? Yeah, so it wasn't able to actually push it. And now we don't really have... Oh, it didn't actually do a checkout. Did it? That's interesting. Task DTO? Hello. Good morning. What the hell? Task DTO? Oh, yeah. Now I know. Because we're running an actual... Okay, so we're gonna... I'm confused. I am confused. So the checkout doesn't seem to work. So we're gonna go back to this one. Just so we don't like create a bunch of... Let's actually do this one. Yeah, let's see what happens now. No, it says branch main. Why doesn't checkout work? Oh. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So this is checkout, but we also need... If it's a new branch. Yeah, maybe we should just have create branch. Sorry, this was a little bit quickly put together. And we're rather gonna await this. Same here. Create branch. Yeah, let's do that. npm. Oh, come on. Oh, what happens there when I can't like? It's really weird. Oh, where were we? Okay, we can try this now. Run it once. It didn't work. Why? Why didn't it work? Oh, it did work. But why is the status saying... Oh, I think I know why. Oh, we have an issue. I think... I do not think this actually... Run command. Does this actually wait for it to finish? I'm not sure if it does. Because we're not using this for our commands, right? Are we? No, we're actually creating a command shell. Yeah, I don't trust that thing. Okay, so what we're going to do instead, we're going to use our commands. So we're going to say private commands, commands. Oh, sorry. We also need, sorry. This commands dot run. Yeah. Let's use the actual commands thing. And then this dot commands. Is this going to create any issues for us? Let's put it way down here. There we go. And then we should hopefully be fine, because I don't think that was actually waiting for the shell to exit, but this one does. I believe. Or this one does. Yeah, actually return get output. We're gonna do the same here. Return the get output. Because this is a promise as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, that's better. And then we're gonna jump back into the thingy. Let's see if we can get this thing running. Where was it? Our little script. Oh, that's a lot of files. Git scripts. Okay, so we're gonna do a new sandbox again, because we're just gonna run the whole thing, because I think it's gonna work now. Let's see. Okay, so we're doing a couple of statuses just to see. By the way, I think we're gonna do, that was remote. Target. I guess it's remote we want to look at, because we don't have the actual. Oh, we have dot branch. Okay. Yeah, anyways, let's just run it, see what happens. Failed to push changes. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. What's the branch? Oh, it is on test branch. So that's correct. Cool. Let's open it and take a look at it. So for some reason, failed to push changes to the remote. The question is why? Terminal, new terminal. So we're on test branch. Oh, wait a minute. So it's because we do like it. Oh, has no upstream. Oh, okay. How do you auto set upstream? This is the thing, like there's so much stuff you have to do with Git just to get some files onto GitHub. And this is what we wanted to abstract. Like just the fact of just having all this staging, like setting up streams and all this stuff. Like for a traditional like Git flow, you don't really need, you can make it a lot more accessible. Anyways, so I think when we commit, we need to have the actual paths. I can't remember how this worked. Oh, and this runs that. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna change this. We're gonna run commands instead. I don't think like, so we built this Git thing, but I'm not sure if we really should do this. Maybe we should rather just use our commands, and then we have like these methods for as shortcuts. But you can also do like raw, and that means that we're gonna run one command with all your commands. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. So we are gonna keep one thing though, which is like status change. That's like a thing we do internally. So you can listen to, so you can like listen to changes. That's what we're gonna use the old API for. But we're not gonna use it for the actual interactions. I think. Well, it's tricky because some of them are, so for example, push, like get status, that's an interesting one. But you have things like push, which might error and stuff. And the question is like, how? Yeah. Hello there. I can't decide. Okay. Sorry. So we are going to, what are we going to do? Like we built this API dictated by the user experience we tried to build inside CodeSandbox. I don't think the SDK should dictate that, but it should make it more accessible to do certain Git things, which is like the status. That's like, you want to listen to the status, right? That's not something you should implement manually from the SDK because that's complex and should really happen on the sandbox itself. And then we also have other listeners, like if you change the branch, maybe we should expose all of that. On branch change, this picture clients. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, I think I have an idea now. Why are you complaining? On branch. On branch renamed? Do we have on branch change? Don't we have on branch change? Well, you have on status updated, of course. So you know when a branch changes. Yeah, sorry, I was confused by on checkout prevented. Yeah. Okay, you know what? So we're gonna expose the status. That's gonna be custom. But beyond that, we're gonna just run commands. And the question is like, yeah, the thing is like you can very easily create like your own abstractions as well. You know what? Git you know what? We're just going to do run here. And then we're going to do commands. And we're going to, let's see. Command equal, and this is going to be async, await, return command, get output. And the thing is that getting this output might fail. You might get an error. But what we're going to try to do here, it's not command, it's command. Commands.map command git command and then we're going to join doing this. Yeah, I think so. We're going to try this because it's a bit of a mental like even just taking the MVP of the SDK and making it consistent and creating like a surface API that's accessible and makes sense. And if you're pointing to one thing, it makes sense in the context of a different thing. That's a challenge in and of itself, but also the SDK is using functionality that we use to build the CodeSandbox product. And it's hard to differentiate what is like low-level accessible APIs that lets you build your product and what is very specific to our product. And Git is definitely one of them. But I think it makes sense to at least expose this one first, and then we can rather like expose shorthands. But it's so easy for someone using the SDK to create their own commit method that runs that like single command, because Git has so many commands and you want to maybe abstract at different levels and so on and so on. So it's like it's super tricky. Yeah, but we're gonna try this. What happened now? By the way, what about what was the error we had? Yeah, git push set upstream origin. Yeah. Wait, why is it? What the fuck happened here? Kill terminal. What? There we go. That's weird. Okay, so we're gonna do, we're not gonna do this. We are just gonna basically run running commands. Well, okay. Git, oh, sorry, run. Yeah, it's very interesting. You could even argue that we don't really have. Yeah. Check out test branch. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just write a file first. Then we're gonna do checkout. And then let's check the status and then commit and push. What's interesting is that it looked like it actually had added all the files. Maybe that was because I called commit. Oh, look at this. Yeah, it completely This is a bad API. This is a bad API. I didn't think I was gonna get stuck in this today. Hello there. Good morning. What a shitty API. Let's see. But I don't want to go through all of this stuff now. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit like confused by the you know what? So we're gonna do this. Can be like a string or you know what? We're gonna do this instead. Oops. Where did it go? There we are. So I can do checkout branch. And then we can do run commit and push. So what we're going to do is git add readme.md commit test commit. Very fascinated how people are so yeah. Do you have any ideas on how to achieve that? Making $1,000 really fast? Test commit. And then we're going to do push set upstream origin test branch. And then we're just going to look at, I guess we can look at the status and output done output. Well, I guess we don't need to look at that thing. We can just look at the output. Oh, yeah. And this is the thing. It's like if I don't prefix, I don't think there's anything like making money fast. You can try to buy a lottery ticket. I guess that's the fastest way, but the potential for money is quite low. But that's kind of the balance of everything, right? Like making money takes hard work, or you at least you increase the likelihood of earning that money if you put in some hard work. So if you want money fast, there's a lot of opportunities to get money fast, but it's very unreliable if you actually get it. And one thing is getting money fast, but you want money through your whole life, right? Reliably. And that also, like, doing an effort just increases the reliability of having an income through your life. I know you're joking, but yeah, it's interesting. I often think about like how tied we are to, like, I even tell our kids now, like, how they get money is by getting a job, which is not true. It's a really bad mindset to infuse into your kids, because there's many ways to earn money. Not only getting a job. Creating a job is also a way to get it. Yeah, this API just looks like shit. I don't like it at all. It's so weird. Huh. But at the same time, this sucks. I'm kind of okay. I just want to see that it's working, and then we can then we're kind of done with this, and I can say that we're getting a new beta soon. That's gonna fix the Git stuff, and then we can put like the API design of this in the back of our minds, and then we'll see what we do about it. But it still says main here. Oh, this is interesting. It seems to get stuck on this. What the fuck? Oh yeah, but this is the push thing. This is the thing that actually doesn't work. So I think it actually, let's see. This is the actual problem. Well, didn't we? Oh, there it is. This is the actual problem, because I think now that we're gonna have an actual commit here. It's just that it's not able to push. And that has to do with something else. Yeah, so I actually thought I would start adding to the description kind of the story of this whole thing, because I keep getting a question. But I'm working on an SDK for CodeSandbox that's going to be officially released soon, which is going to allow you to programmatically interact with code environments. It's kind of a thing now with AI, because AIs, they want to have coding environments. Yeah, test commit. Okay, so the pushing isn't working. That's the problem. But if I push here, set upstream, origin, test branch, it's going to work. Yeah. Okay, so I know we had issues with this previously, but I'm not sure how this actually works, because we need to write this access token. Yeah, I need to discuss with a couple of colleagues. But this whole thing made me think. I wonder how we should abstract Git. That's a difficult abstraction to create. Like, find the right balance, especially as an SDK. This was a really weird API. I think we should probably have some convenience methods, but you still need to have raw methods. Oh, this is not, I'm working. I work for Together AI and CodeSandbox. So I'm just streaming my workday, because I'm working on open source stuff, and it makes me think better. I just work better when I stream, because I work remotely, so I sit alone. And it's just for motivation. Just motivates me, and I enjoy just like getting stuff out of my head. It just makes me think better. And then just gotten feedback that other people also working remotely just enjoys having someone talking in the background doing similar stuff that they do. And then often I get into emotional what's it called? Breakdowns, shouting and ranting about JavaScript and ecosystem, but also showing some cool stuff that we're working on. So, but yeah, it's very unplanned, very raw. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Well, it's partial. Like, one thing is just I just like talking. Like, again, like, I think better when I speak out loud what I'm thinking about. Just organizes my thoughts. But I do also like talking to people. Yeah, it's very fun when people interact with the channel. I had a ton of laughs just interacting with people on the stream. But yeah, I guess I kind of created my own little work environment using the stream. And it's a nice office for me, office environment. And then if other people want to join, that's super nice. And like, if you want more like planned educational or entertaining content, then there's tons of other places to go on YouTube. But yeah, okay. So I need to talk to my colleagues about this access token, because I remember we had this bug back in the day at CodeSandbox, and I think we haven't really exposed things correctly here. So I need help. Because I'm not sure how am I gonna go about this. No, I really need help with this. Do you have time to help me with the Git access token? It is not working. Cannot push. I remember we had this issue back in the day. The push just hangs. A user said they wrote the access token to their Git thingy and it worked. But we have some other mechanism, right? Okay, cool. So I asked about that. We're going to leave this for now. We're going to think about kind of a raw way to interact with Git. Maybe it could just be the command, like you just run. Yeah. Maybe you should just use commands for that. And then the thing we have on Git is just, oh no, I'm not rich. No, I have, I'm definitely not rich. I've always had enough money, but that's the thing. Like people, the thing about money that I think a lot of people miss is that when you're young and you get a job, it's not about like earning as much money as possible. It's using as little money as possible. Because if you get into the habit of using as little money as possible and put all the rest of your money into funds, like saving, like not on a savings account, but in a fund, and you just continue doing that. Whenever you increase your salary, don't spend more money, save more money, and just keep living. Just do the very basic stuff you need, like socialize, spend money on socializing, things that matters. But don't increase your spending in the sense of like buying a more expensive place, buy more stuff, buy a car. Just don't do it. Put your money into funds, and it's gonna stay there for maybe 20 years. And when you do that, then you've kind of built up this buffer that makes you safe, in the sense that you'll always have that money kind of working for you. And you don't have to work so much. And then you can start like adjusting, okay, maybe I want to spend some more money and stuff. But like thinking about money as like something coming in and needs to go out every month, that's a really, really, really bad way of thinking about money. And you see this, like how many people doesn't suddenly get a lot of money and they spend everything because that's how they live their lives through the years. And then they go bankrupt because that's not how you should think about money. It's not for spending. Like money is the thing that can do work for you. Like that money can give you money without you having to do anything. It buys you time by putting money into funds. Because then in 20 years, you can start like extracting a little bit of money from that fund without it ever reducing, right? Every year you can take a little bit of money out of that fund, but it will still increase. And that money is like time for you. Or you can like, I don't know, buy something, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. This is something I really want to teach my kids. Because I've always done that. Every time I earn more money, it's like, oh, what the hell am I going to use this money for? And I like bought a car very early on, and like I could have been rich today if I had a different mindset of money. And hi, Mark. Good morning. Yeah, HTML is a really good place to start. And it is like, it's a programming, like arguably, like it's programming. And it is by definition a programming language, I think. I'm not sure. No, it's a markup language, not a programming language. But you can like sprinkle some programming in there. But anyways, it's a really good place to start because you actually see something on the screen. But yeah, you should jump further into like a framework or something. Something like React or Angular or Svelte or Vue, then it's gonna be really, really fun. Yeah, exactly. It's the whole story of like if you start spending money, you're increasing your need for income, which means that yeah, just like you said, Mark, you're just adding the time you need to work to keep that level of income coming in. And that's not where you want to spend your time. You don't like working is fantastic. If you're doing something, if you're learning something, you're meeting great people, you're solving problems, work is amazing. But nobody actually wants to work at their workplace 8 hours a day, 5 days a week kind of thing. There are other things you want to do. But if you're spending all your money, you have to do that work because you have to keep the income to continue the spending. And yeah, like 20 years sounds like a lifetime. Like if you start saving money at the age of 20, waiting 20 years before you can actually start consuming that money, it sounds insane. And for me, this is a retrospect. Like I am 20 years later from the age of 20. It's very easy for me to say, oh, I should have saved a lot more money. But it's true. That's the thing. One thing is like how us humans motivate ourselves. That's a whole different discussion, but it's a fact. If you keep your spending low, your savings high from the age of 20, if you save money for 20 years, you're going to live a very, very different life from the age of 40. And then you're like mature and you can do so many more things. You have more friends. You understand yourself better. What actually makes you happy? Like that's the time you actually want to have time because you know what you want to spend your time on, the actual valuable stuff in life. You don't know that at the age of 20. Of course, you have a lot of fun, but you don't know how you actually work as a person, what makes you content, like your purpose and all of this. That comes way later. And that's where you want to have money. And you're going to regret like throwing all that money away. That's for sure. Yeah, we all get old. But like even 40, I don't feel old as 40. Like now it's getting fun. Yeah. Money for in retirement. Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing, like often, but I think retirement is this term that makes that, yeah, I remember going at school and they started talking about retirement, and I think we have to change the conversation around what money and retirement means, because it's very much like, okay, you start working at the age of 20, save as much as possible, especially for your retirement, which is going to happen at the age of like 65 or 70 or something. And then you're going to stop working, and you have all this money that you can spend, and you don't have to spend any time on work. I think the conversation should rather be, no, don't save money from 20 to like 65. Save a lot of money, as much as possible, until like your late 30s or early 40s, and then reduce the time you need to spend working, so you can start doing the stuff that matters to you. So I never want to stop working. I want to use my brain, socialize with other people, solve problems, build stuff until I hit the ground, or hit the dirt, or whatever you say. But I want to spend more and more time on the things that I really want to do, as opposed to the stuff I have to do to get income. And sometimes the stuff I want to do can create some income, but they don't have to. That's the point. Because I have this buffer that kind of gives me some money every month, allowing me to have that freedom. Oh, you don't want to be like Elon Musk or Bill Gates. That's for sure. They are not content people. That's for sure. They're important figures in our history, in terms of, at least they had a big impact on our history, even as a civilization. But you don't want to be that person. That's not a content person. A content person is someone who has figured out what's important in life. And that has nothing to do with money. You need enough of it, but you don't want as much as possible. That has nothing to do with how you feel inside yourself. It has nothing to do with money. Yeah, that sounds awesome, Mark. You did good. You did good. uh, let's see. Okay. Let's see. We have to get on with this thing. So yeah, it was the raw API. Okay, let's just do one more iteration on this, because I think for the SDK, at least in the first inception, like official version, it needs to have a way to interact with Git. Like, you can clone, you should be able to interact with Git. The problem is there's so many ways to interact with Git. And it depends on the product, how you want to expose that interaction with Git. Maybe you want to completely hide it. But yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna sorry. I don't think this API makes any sense. I think we're rather gonna do, we're gonna change commands. So we're not gonna pass commands here. We're gonna have Git status, because that's really hard to implement, and can be offloaded to the actual sandbox. But I think for actually running Git commands, you should rely on commands. And one thing I noticed is run should actually not return the command. It should actually return async run const command. It's gonna return, well, I don't, oh, come on. Return command get output. That's what it's gonna return. And then we can rather say, if you actually want to go in and do something with the command, like, do you even care about anything here? On output. Yeah. So we're gonna do, so you can just run a command, or you can, what should we call it? Yeah, create a command. And when you create a command, it's more about dimensions, name, and yeah, fine. Let's see. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna say create return command, and then this is gonna be this create. Yes, that's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, this is an interesting conversation. Yeah, just imagine the amount of time, like the number of hours, like Elon Musk and Bill Gates has spent on their endeavors. It's just an insane amount of hours, like truly insane. And it's very, yeah, I sometimes wonder like what drives them. It's almost like a curse to me, being that dedicated to one thing, because there's a lot of other things to experience. Yeah, and they're stuck with it, right? It's not like that Bill Gates suddenly stops working and then spends all his money just doing whatever he wants to do. He's like addicted to this. Elon Musk and Bill Gates are completely addicted to their work. That's for sure. Oh, that's a good question. So, like from a dark perspective, I don't think it really matters what life is because it's gonna end. But that's like from a dark perspective. So from the other perspective, from the positive perspective, it's it's being present, is being aware of life actually happening to you right now. Which sounds weird. It sounds like almost metaphysical kind of thing, like what's it called? Hippy dippy. But the point is that there's some points, maybe you experience it every day, or you just have a moment where you just feel like you're taking in absolutely everything around you, and you're actually there experiencing what's happening right now. Because our brains are weird. Like our thoughts are always in the future or in the past. If you think about it, if you think about how your mind works, it's always in the future, thinking about what's gonna happen or what you want to do, or it's gonna think about something you have done. It could be a good memory, but more often than not, it's like how you could do something different, or yeah, whatever. And to me, it's about like just being able to be in the moment. And that's really, really hard to do for humans. It's super difficult. But that's where you find contentment. Like I was able to do this like properly once in my life, and that was when we had our second kid, and I was at paternity leave. I completely put away my computer. I had all the safety, right? I didn't have to worry about work. Everything was prepared. I could like just put everything away. I was gonna dedicate like 3 months, I think it was, just taking care of this like new kid coming into our lives. And that is the most content I've ever been, because the only thing I could really do is like be there in the moment with him, which was amazing. That's how I feel like I want to live my life ideally. But there's a lot of stuff like that's the thing. Life isn't about one thing, but that's something I'm missing, right? That's what I'm missing. I want more of that. But then there's so many other things to experience as well. It's like just socializing with other people, building things, learning things, having bad experiences so you can appreciate the good experiences. It's just like the whole soup. But I know that money has nothing to do with that. Like the amount, like there's actual research. Like money has something to do with it up to a certain level, of course, but it's scientifically proven that if you have, at least in Norway, if you have like, what is it, 70,000 a year, yeah, income, anything above that does not make you any more content or any more happy. But if you have that income, you have enough. You don't need any more than that. So it's kind of like, okay, what if you, okay, this is a cool, like a way to think about it. So what if you had like 100,000, okay, what if you had $100,000 every year as income, but you had to work 8 hours a week, 5 days a week, with something that was like not really what you want to spend your time on, but you wanted to, but you got an income of 100,000 every year. Or you could have half of that. You could have 50,000 every year, but you could spend all your time doing exactly what you wanted to do. That's how I think about. So there's like a duality between money and time. And time allows you to do what you want to do. In terms of time, so money can buy you things, and it can let you spend time on what you want to spend your time on, if that makes sense. But that's basically what saving gives you. Saving gives you. It's like it does. If you start saving at the age of 20 and you do that for 20 years, it is possible to actually live a life. You won't have like 100,000 a yearly income from your funds, but you can have half of that. You can actually have a sum of money that gives you so much more time to do what you want to do. It's not going to make you rich. It's not going to make you be able to do whatever you want, like spend that requires money, but it just gives you time every single day to do something you want to spend your time on. I think, and that's something anyone can achieve, given that they're like healthy, they live in an environment where it's possible to get work and like all of that basic needs. But you don't have to earn a lot of money. You just have to spend a lot less money. Yeah, this is very deep questions. I should have had like several beers in me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I think you make a lot of sense too. But it's as you say, like people have different expectations for life. Like some people are like adrenaline junkies and they need that to feel alive. I'm definitely not an adrenaline junkie. Okay, cool. So we're gonna allow you to run, and we're gonna do. Oh, this one's interesting. I want you to be able to run multiple commands. So we're gonna do string. We have to do it like this because of the options. So we're gonna do array is array command, and then we're gonna join them. Yes. Yeah. It's very fascinating. It's like the irony of life, right? You're young and you just want to get to like a place where you're older. You have more like have more. Well, you think you have more money and all of that, and then when you get to our age, well, I guess you're a bit older than me, a little bit, but when you get older, at least you just want to be young again. It's really interesting. Like when I visit my hometown, where I like the area I actually grew up, and kind of go to the houses and stuff, I get this like there's a very unique feeling of like growing up. I think it's related even having your own kids and then just go back to where you were a kid. There's something about that feeling. It's very like it's trippy almost. It's very yeah, 10 years, that's nothing. Let's see. Okay, so that's the command. Okay, so I'm gonna wait to get some help with that git access token thing. So we're gonna work on the by the way, I think I have some sessions today. Today is gonna be some sessions, so we're gonna stream until 11. Yeah, I might have a stream later today, but let's oh yeah, that's that one. Oh yeah, I actually have a session with Evis today. The founder of CodeSandbox, like the technical founder. He has a lot of insights, so we can get that thing fixed. But I have a session in like 45 minutes, so let's push ahead with that host thing and see if we can get that running. So so to put some context into this, so we have this preview that you can mount in the browser, and you can interact with that preview, but there's domain security issues with that. So we have to build something called, let's see, commands. Oh, how does this actually work? Command, build command. Demand command. Oh, so these are different commands. This is so cool. Okay, so the question is, how is this actually going to look like? So we're going to have CSB. I think we can call it preview. Well, it's not really preview. It's preview hosts. Yeah, that's what we're calling them, right? Oh, sorry. Preview hosts. Yeah, let's call it preview host. So there's going to be a command called preview host. Commands, new file, preview hosts. And that preview host thing is gonna, oh my God, there's too many files here now. Yeah, I can imagine that. Like, sorry, Ari Vey, probably sitting there shaking. Yeah, he saw. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that. He saw her head. Like, oh, these old people, they don't get it. I need the money. Preview hosts. Yeah, sorry. And then I'm not sure how you actually build this stuff. I'm gonna copy this one. Let's see. Does it have a lot of? Okay, let's just copy the whole thing, and then we're just gonna clean it. We don't have any of this. So option. Okay, so there's a handler. Okay, I guess that's the thing we wanna. Cool. We have that handler. Yeah. Yeah, and it's very like if you think about I often reflect on like history. Like you can take Napoleon, for example, like or any other like character historic character like that. Uh um oh yeah, you were going at something else. But anyways, let me finish my thought. And like who are our like today's historic figures, right? And they're not like warlords or anything like that. They are like Elon Musk and like technology lords. They are gonna be the ones, the characters we remember from our history. Like when we look back at our history in the future, these are the characters that's gonna be in the history books, which is very interesting. And I think it's kind of flattening a little bit as well. There's so many more people having an impact on our future than before, which is also very interesting. Which I guess is a good thing as well. Um, yeah, and he's stuck. Yeah, so you have Elon Musk on one side, and then there are we who just think about the safety net. Well, I think I don't think well when you put it like that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I totally get what you're stating, and I agree with that. But I don't think we are. Nobody's consciously making these decisions, right? Elon Musk just followed an obsession, and this other YouTube person also just followed an obsession. And they didn't think about it as a way to make money. They just followed an obsession. It just happened to lead to money, right? Who knew that fucking YouTube would allow you to be a millionaire, right? Who would ever think that? But we're here, and people are making millions on YouTube. But nobody could have predicted that, right? So that's the thing. And people talk about like following your passion, and it's very very difficult to find like something you're passionate about, especially when you're conscious about it making you money or not. But for some people, they really don't care about the money. They do whatever makes them tick, and they can get obsessed about it, which makes them put an insane amount of hours into it. And that is what increases the likelihood of actually making money out of it. I kind of had the same with programming. I had spent insane amount of hours just diving into projects in the beginning because I was super passionate about like building things and just seeing what happens as I change the code and everything. I found it insanely fascinating. But I didn't think about the money, that I would actually like earn money from it. Um, yeah, but it can feel unfair at times. I think like that some people just happen to be very passionate about something that happens to actually make you money as well, and sometimes a lot of money. But going around trying to find it, that's the thing. That's when you're not happy or content, right? You're constantly trying to change your environment. But now you're living your life, right? Going around trying to search for this thing with the goal of making a lot of money, that doesn't sound like a good life. I would rather try to, if you don't know what makes you happy and you're passionate about, I would just go around, try random stuff, try as much as possible, different things. Whenever someone asks you to to join something, just jump into it. Um, or if there's like an event where you can like someone's having like a presentation, or maybe there's a course, or it doesn't matter, like whatever. Try to see if something sticks. And then just blindly follow that. And if you're lucky, that's gonna at least make you enough money. Unlikely that it's gonna make you a lot of money, but that's what you're gonna save. You're gonna save your money. That's gonna make you more money when you grow older, so you have more freedom to do what you want to do. Yeah, and what Mark said. Yeah, I think a lot of people, at least public people, they play a role, right? Which can in and of itself be like make you unhappy, that you're not portraying your true self, kind of thing. So you're always acting as a public figure, which is exhausting. And sometimes, especially if you have to act that's like far away from who you really are. So maybe it is, I don't know who this KSI person is, but maybe his character on YouTube is dumbed down because it makes him more approachable. But then it's like it's super smart dude in real life. So that's also a thing. Like it's very fictitious. Is that a word? When we're observing other people and their success, like you have no idea if they actually feel successful or not, or live a happy life, or let's see, preview hosts, command. Yeah, so this is the thing that I don't quite understand, because we have, oh yeah, this is if you wanna, okay, so that means like, what does that mean? Preview hosts command. So we're not gonna do this, but we're gonna have certain options here. Oh, positional. Yeah, so we're not gonna have a positional. I'm not sure how these CLIs actually work. Do they have like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? I just want to remove that one. Oh, there we go. So let's just first try to list them. List current preview hosts. It doesn't have anything. Type. Well, if it's hey? Okay, can I just say no? Does it have to have a type? No, okay. Maybe it doesn't have to have a type. Okay, so we're gonna do if argv. Oh yeah, and then we have to actually build command args. All right. Oh, look at that. No, we're not gonna have this. Look at us copy pasting. Throw new error. Please specify something. I don't know. Cool. And then we're gonna have actually listing the thing, and we need to go and grab, let's see, what does build do to get the API? Create API or create client? Yeah, this is the API. Boop. Yeah, nice. No, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna change this to const resp equals await VM list cluster. Look at that. Oh, did it know that? VM list clusters client. Oh, amazing. And then we have handle response. Handle response. Where is that actually coming from? API. Oh, it's coming from the API utilities. Why? Cool. Boop, boop. And then, oh, we do have handle. Oh yeah, I'm just missing. Failed to list preview hosts or something. Data. Is it a wait? No, this is just, yeah, handling. Yeah, evaluating it. Why is it saying clusters? Oh, sorry. I thought this was list. Preview host list. Sorry, I thought it was the actual. Okay, preview hosts. So what if I do return data? Or do I like actually console log it? Yeah, I guess I have to do that. Host. What was it? Host. Let's just do host. Cool. Let's try this. See what happens. npm run build. Oh, fuck. What did I do? Why are you complaining? Oh, do we have to have a type? No, that's optional. Wait. What is it saying? Oh, is it because I need to return something specific? What does build return? No, it's just console logging. Oh, we do have to have, but why do we have to have, what if it doesn't? Oh, is that Boolean maybe? Oh, if it's there or not, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. But what happened to the, oh, sorry. Now the interpreter is messed up. Yeah, so now, yeah, this is nice because now we can just say return. Yes. Yes. And this can just be return. We don't even have to say async here now. This is pretty nice. Cool. Yeah, I guess we don't need it there either. Nice. Nope. What the hell happened there? Cool. And preview hosts, let's see if we can get that in there. So oh, I have to build it again. Theoretically now I should be able to, do we actually have the, I can't remember that. Oh, here we have it. So stream. So we're going to change this. And we're going to say, what was it? Preview host. It's going to error. Oh, it builds it first. Okay, nice. I guess that's fine. Please specify something. Yeah. So if we do list, see what happens. Isn't it? Let's try again. We even got an empty array. Look at that. Amazing. Yeah, so I guess we can do a lot of hosts would be this. If host.length, we're gonna console log. Yeah, I guess we should log them like that. Maybe we could even have like a, How do you know? You're so judgmental. You can't be so judgmental. You don't know. Like, you can certainly have your opinion, but you can't state it as a fact. Yeah, but isn't that the definition of success? Like, or not the definition of success, but the requirement for success. Have you? There's a book. What's it called? Is it Outliers or something? Like, you have to do something for 10,000 hours to be good at. You can do anything for 10,000 hours and you get good at it. Like, talent has something to do with it, but there's like, I don't know the actual balance, but it's like 90% time spent on it and then maybe 10% talent. Yeah, and like, I think a YouTube channel is a really good like measurement of like the amount of time you spend with something, because you can kind of track it by like number of followers and stuff. It's very interesting. Like, how most things just takes time. Acquiring a skill takes time. Creating a following takes time. But like, I can do the stuff I'm doing today, at least not as confidently. Like, I'm not like an amazing engineer, but I feel and I'm not confident in the sense that I'm confident about what I'm doing. I'm just confident of being this Christian, this person that I am, trying to do stuff. And I don't fucking care if I say like do something wrong or my brain doesn't like able to compute whatever I'm trying to do. I don't care. I'm like content with how I'm able to navigate and operate in this world. And that takes a lot of time. I haven't always been like this. Like 10 years ago, I couldn't do this. Um, yeah. And what is success? Is it having like, and I think that's the thing that kind of is very difficult for, or has at least been more complex for the younger generation. It's like when I grew up, having success was like a very, very few people, and extraordinary people, right? The Musks and the Gates types. But now success is like, isn't about these extraordinary people. It's more like ordinary people having a lot of followers. And that's like coined success, which is weird to me because I don't think those people are especially happy or successful. Like, as long as they're doing what they want to do, that's great. But it's very hard for me to. But yeah, even the I just stated even the Musks and the Gates, it's not. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you put into the term success. I don't want to be any of these people. But they've had impact. I think it's about impact. I think that's a much better term than success. You don't want to be successful in the company or successful in life. You want to have an impact. It has to meant something that you were there. You made a difference. You affected other people. Like, it's really funny. I was in Amsterdam visiting some colleagues on King's Day We were out drinking, and I often get very philosophical when I drink. And I started reflecting on Yves, one of the founders of CodeSandbox, and how he has impacted my life. Like, it's kind of insane. And with all the people that's worked at CodeSandbox, like, by him and his childhood friend, boss, starting CodeSandbox, hiring people, and just being the people they are, has had a huge impact on the people working there. And I started reflecting on, like, if it was possible to track the amount of impact you have on other people, not number of followers, that doesn't count, but there's like this untrackable impact you have on people around you. Yeah, isn't that the thing? Everybody wants to feel like they matter in this world. Let's see. No preview hosts. Let's try again. Boop. No preview hosts found. And then we're going to allow you to add. Let's see. Sorry. What did we get here? We preview hosts. So there's a post and there's a put. Yeah. So we're going to have, oh, sorry. Wait, how does this work? Dot option, oh, add. And it's going to be describe as add a preview host. And that's going to be a string. Maybe we should have an example. So this can be, for example, local host 5173. And then we're going to have, can this be an array? Yeah, this can be an array. I wonder what array means. What does array mean? We have to figure that out. Set multiple or reset. Yeah, so you don't really have a delete here. That's the thing. Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky. Wait, we can have a delete because I can go and grab all of them and then put them. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a put. We're gonna actually have clear, and that's gonna be Boolean, clear all preview hosts, and then we're gonna have option, yeah, remove, and then I'm just gonna do some trickery stuff inside the thingy. Remove a preview host. Type string. Cool. Yeah, and later this can actually be like you have the list and you can like just space on one of them and then just delete. Yeah, you can do. We're gonna create a kick-ass CLI. Well, I think what we want to do is we want to show wildcards. So this could be like star. Yeah. Yeah, likely not. But what do you, when you say achieve, do you want to, I'm kind of proud that I'm not going to achieve creating a platform that generates 5 million a month by scamming people. I don't want to achieve that. But another aspect of money is, so I have a social life. I have my family, I have my neighbors, I have my friends. I don't want to suddenly have a lot of money. First of all, I have enough money, so I can say that I don't need more because I have enough. But if I get more money, like that amount of money, it's gonna change my social life, not for the better. Because now I'm suddenly so different than everyone else. I have all these other opportunities than all the other people around me. And that's not a good thing. So imagine like your family and friends. How wouldn't they treat you differently if you suddenly had a shit ton of money? And you would start like becoming part of a different social network where people have a lot of money, and having a lot of money doesn't make you necessarily a good person. It just changes your whole. It just changes so much, and not for the better. Like some things are better, but you don't need a shit ton of money to have a good life. That's for sure. Clear, remove. Well, this is not describe. Oh, you had a suggestion for me. Manage preview hosts for your workspace. This allows you to access them from your. This allows you to use the preview API from trusted hosts. Yeah, I agree with this one, Mark. This idea that money makes you happy, it's an epidemic. It's one of the big lies. That's for sure. You need enough money, and you need to spend time on things that, yeah, you want time and enough money. The thing you want is time. You want as much time as possible to do the things you want to do, and just have enough money to spend that time. Yeah, like short story. Someone I know, they was given an opportunity. Like we're talking millions, offered millions to join a company, and he was reflecting on if he should do that. And I talked to him and I asked him like, but what do you want to do? Well, I wanna do startups. I want to do my own thing. And I said, well, can't you do that now? Yeah, I can do that now. And then, yeah, so why do you want to join that company? Well, it's kind of cool technology they're working on. And then it's the money offer. And then after that, I can do a startup. And then I remind him, but you can do that now. Like, that's what you want to do. And he actually ended up not taking that offer. I'm not saying because of what I said. He's the kind of guy that talks to many people. But the point is that he chose to do what he wants to do, as opposed to being attracted by that money. But he has enough money to do his own thing, right? And that's what makes him happy. It doesn't matter if you have, like, you don't need 5 million a year or 10 million or 100 million. You don't need that kind of money. Yeah, it's like just going through this whole parenting thing. Like there's a lot of stress associated and lack of freedom when your kids are small. And even though there's been like amazing moments, I don't define this phase of my life as happy, because there's just so much stress and lack of freedom and all of that. But it's like it's an investment. It's very weird having kids because it changes things so much. But now it's changing a lot. Like now our youngest is like 4 years old, and they're like both of them are like people. You can talk to them, you can have fun with them. They don't need you as much. I have more freedom. I'm kind of getting back to who I was before we had kids, as well, or like incorporating that person with being a parent, which I love. Where was I going with this? Was I just gonna complain about parenthood? Oh, I think I was gonna complain about, yeah. So, and then my mother, she's like this happy-go-lucky person. She's just like always happy. And it's very interesting how it's a personal. Well, it's partially a personal thing, but it's also like the phase in your life. If you do have a lot of things like constraining what you want to do, and on top of that adds a lot of stress and also noise, that affects how you feel. So it's finding that space. That doesn't have, you need stress. Like it's part of, like learning is stressful. Like it depends on how you define stress, but stress doesn't feel good, but it's an important thing. It's part of learning, I think. Anyways. Yeah, and it's also like, so again, like pointing to my mother, she's getting quite old now. She's like 75, I think. And the thing I'm thinking about is her social life. Like, we don't know this. Most people are lucky enough to have at least one parent, someone who cares about them. They get a social network through like kindergarten, school, neighborhood, a sense of community. And we don't understand how important the social input we have is for like your happiness and just the health of your brain. Like I remember I moved like up north one time, kind of on a whim, and I got almost depressed. Like I developed like some anxiety, social anxiety. Luckily I got back and everything, like it quickly turned around because I do have like family and friends and everything, but I was very isolated. But it was a good learning experience because I understood how fragile people are. Because I never had like social anxiety or anything like that. Always had like friends and family and people who care about me. But even just like 9 months, quite isolated, that really affected me. So it made me realize how fragile we are in terms of like social, how important like the social input is. And when people get old, that's my point about my mother. She's 75. Her friends are starting to like literally die and get like dementia and stuff like that. So her social input is kind of closing in on her. And at some point, you just get isolated without actually wanting to be isolated. And when that happens at that age, you're just going to really drop in health, and like your brain is gonna like, it's not good. It's not good at all. And that's something that also happens when you have this like big success, you have a shit ton of money, you can get super isolated because you can't relate to anyone in your social network anymore. Yes, you'll have some new amazing experiences, meet new people and stuff, but it's not like a binary thing. It's not like I wasn't happy and now I'm super happy because I have a lot of money. A lot of people that have sudden success, just look at actors. Like every single actor talks about this, how isolated, and especially like musicians, how isolated they feel. Because they lose that social input that's like they need. Because they can't relate to anyone anymore. Like even their own families has a hard time like relating to them. And they're on tour all the time, working. Everyone's just like lifting you up, not talking to you as you're like a normal human being. It's not good. So, okay, so we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna try to vibe code this. Because I'm spending too much time philosophizing and too little time coding. Oh shit, I have a session shortly. Okay. Could you please, let's see, let's bring in the actual, where do we have? So preview host create, preview host update. Oh, did we have preview host revoke all? Preview? No, that was preview token. Okay. Could you please finish implementing the options in the handler? We only have preview host create and preview host update, where the last updates the whole list. You need to work with only the existing list, create and update to make the options work. Go for it. I believe in you. Oh, there's new. Oh, sorry. I had to scroll on the comments. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got a serious shock from COVID. Sorry, I didn't see the comments. I had to scroll. Could only work from home in a mad house with kids and pets. Yeah, absolute nightmare. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we also had, yeah, we only had one kid during COVID, but that was, yeah, stressful in and of itself. Yeah, it's such a pressure cooker with those kids. It's insane. Oh my God. But the thing is, you forget about it. That's the weird thing. Like, we're finally, as I mentioned, like, we're finally getting to that place where, oh, it didn't even use create. Okay. What did you do? Only allow one operation at a time. Oh, look at you doing stuff I didn't even think about. Okay, so if it's list, well, it's gonna do the list. For add, remove, clear, always work with the full list. Okay. That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, I guess this works. Okay, we're gonna try it. So let's do list first. Let's quickly run through this, and then we're gonna be happy with this implementation. And then I'm gonna do my session. What was my calendar looking like? Yeah, and then I might fiddle around with some stuff after that. Yeah, I might do a stream in like a couple of hours or something. Well, actually, I need lunch there. Okay, you know what? We're going to do another stream later today. Actually implementing the infra parts of this. Okay, no preview host found. What was it? Add localhost 5173, for example. add a preview host. Great. And then if we now list, amazing. And then let's add another one, like 4,000, or let me do like localhost. No matches found? What does that mean? Oh, interesting. So when I do asterisk there, do I have to actually do this? What happens now? Oh, interesting. Okay. We'll have to make sure of that then. So what happens now if I list? I build every time. I just don't want to change the... Yeah, nice. And then I can say remove local host. Well, let's try just doing this first, see what happens. Host not found, nice. Doop. Remove preview host. This is amazing. Look at GPT doing its thing. Okay. And then clear. Amazing. And then list. This was a perfect job for GPT. Okay, great. So git and git command preview host and command fix. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the stream. I have a session, and in about how much? What's the time? 11. So that would be at around 12, 1, 2. Yeah, in 2.5 to 3 hours. I'm going to do another stream, and then we're going to implement the infra part for this and see if we can get it deployed. That will be amazing. And we can publish a new beta today regardless, that because yeah, that has this part, and then maybe the infra stuff is going to be delayed because I depend on some other people there. But yeah, let's see. We're going to write the code at least. Awesome. This was a fun stream. I had no idea we would dive so deep into philosophical things. But yeah, that's perfect for me. I think I even have that in the description of the stream, that I tend to go diverge into philosophical things. But yeah, I'm gonna change the default description of the stream so people get more context of what this thing really is. Yeah, cool. Bye for now. Thanks for the conversations. Maybe we'll see each other later.